gifted person with many talents and careers, more than 8 careers. And he had 4 PhD degrees, including PhD in theology. And he was also a concert organist, and he wrote a lot of books about how to make the organ, the music instrument. Then they said, wow, he's so successful. And he had money, and he was well known, and he was respected. Then at the age of 30, he decided to give up everything to go to medical school, where he graduated, and then he spent most of the rest of his life in what is called Gabon. I think Gabon was a French name, the country in African continent. There he built hospitals and many educational institutes, and he raised lots of money to support the country of the Gabon. And eventually he was a recipient of Nobel Peace Prize for his service to others. His story seems to be such a contrast with the conversation we hear today in scriptures between James, John, and Jesus. In Mark's Gospel, chapter 10, Jesus foretold his coming condemnation, humiliation, and death. But James and John, you know what they asked Jesus? They said, we want you to do for us whatever we ask you, Master. Let one of us sit at your right side and the other at your left side when you got in the situation of glory. They were dreaming of their own personal interest, power, and position. They were so insensitive, arrogant, and self-centeredness. So Jesus shared these important lessons on how you can be great and how you can be first. Jesus said, whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant. And whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. Jesus continued to say in Luke chapter 22, I am among you, not to be served, but to serve. Especially in modern days where we now living, we hear a lot about stories and words about success as power, glory, and wealth. When we have a new position and win a competition, and we say, wow, you got success, so successful. It's not enough to just be focused on power, glory, and wealth. If you truly want to be great and first with God. Jesus tells us to be poor in spirit, to be peaceful, to be merciful, and to be meek. It is not easy, of course, to consider in our world today. We might even think it does not apply to us, or it is not practical. Jesus was kind of a master at turning the values of the world totally upside down. He used many examples to remind us that it is more more to us and more to this world than what we see in the power, glory, and wealth that we chase every day. When it chooses to be on the side of the weak, the forgotten, the despised, the justice seekers, the peacemakers, and those who are persecuted because of their belief, he is reminding us of what it really means to be great and to be first, and what is most important in the kingdom of God. Could you look after one another? Look out to those who may be suffering in silence. Can you make a connection? Find a way to get connected. And be curious and open. To take one more step to be curious towards each other with respect, so that we can start to build an understanding of each other and our differences. And then let's practice acts of kindness and gratitude towards one another. Let's start with gratitude and open channel of communication with each other. Our day-to-day life and in our church life, this means we may need to practice a few key phrases like, I admit I made a mistake. Do you usually say these kind of words? Oh, I admit I made a mistake. Second thing might, you did a good job. And acknowledge the others, what they did. And we also ask, what do you think? Instead of I insist on my own thing and persuade others to listen and follow what I'm saying, rather we may ask, what do you think? What is your opinion? And then next thing would be, after you, please, you go first. I will follow you. Instead of, okay, I will go first, you follow me. We may ask and allow others to go ahead of us. And then do you repeat saying, thank you. It's very important. Very plain expression, but sometimes we neglect, we forget to say thank you to others. And then maybe the last thing, very important, is we, W-E, we, not I alone. Kenneth Carter wrote a book titled An Exclusive Gospel. And he said, we, the W-E, is very important. And he asks, what is the ugliest word in the English language? And he said, exclusive. Means limited to one person or group of people belonging to a particular group. That's the meaning of exclusive. We are here. We are exclusive kind of group, and there's a boundary. The rest of them, you are not allowed to join us. That's the meaning of exclusive. Maybe you may heard exclusive golf course, exclusive restaurant, exclusive whatever activities, and rest of them are not allowed to join them. That's the meaning of exclusive. But Jesus said, to be great and first in the kingdom of God, you must be a servant, including everybody. We can kneel and serve others, even with the tiniest faith. So this week I encourage us, all of us, to try to practice servant leadership. Leadership with not with power and position and arrogance or or pride, but servant leadership with servanthood.